Hello, friends. It's Kathy Wilmot, and good morning. I am hosting a Essential Oils 101 class for you today. This is what I go over when I teach an Essential Oils introduction class. The first question I ask is I introduce myself to everybody, and I guess if you're watching this, you probably already know me. So I'm going to ask about you and specifically what you are looking for, looking to learn about essential oils today. I like to get an idea of how much everybody knows. If people are already using oils, I like to focus more on why Young Living's oils are better, but maybe you don't know anything about essential oils. So maybe for today, I will start there. I'm Kathy Wilman, and I started using Young Living essential oils 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago. And I started using them because my children were having a lot of medical issues, and we were in a lot of medical debt. And we still weren't finding any help for our problems. So I started kind of losing my mind a little bit, and a friend introduced me to Young Living's essential oils, and I tried them, and within a month we were seeing changes, and I'll go into that a little bit more later. But so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to focus specifically on our Young Living Premium Starter Kit. This Premium Starter Kit comes with our top 10 most used essential oils, and essential oils, in case you don't know what they are the components of plant that help protect that plant. So, for example, they might come from the roots or leaves, stems, and it's all these chemical components that are naturally occurring within the plant that are used to help the plant function, help the plant grow, and help the plant do what the plant is supposed to do. So I believe that God designed those plants for us to use, and so we can use these plants and help find uses. Gary Young is the founder of our company, and he has done a whole lot of great research on what the different plants can be used for, what they have been used for hundreds of years, and then he concentrates them by distilling them, and so we can use those components on ourselves to help support our own health and wellness and the various systems within our bodies. So there are three major ways to use essential oils. Number one, the aromatic way, and you probably have heard a lot of people using that in aromatherapy. Put it in candles or in lotions or just a diffuser. I have my diffuser over my shoulder here going. I have some lemon going because I like that bright, freshening scent, particularly this time of year. It's very cleansing and uplifting. So I've got some lemon going for our class today. Aromatic, and we use diffusers, and so our diffusers we just add water, or you can use a diffuser that uses just the essential oils, and it kind of vibrates it and pushes it out into the air. If you see over my shoulder, I'm using the Dewdrop diffuser right here, and that just pumps that out into the air. These aromatic liquids are 10 to 10,000 times more concentrated, more potent than the herb or by the plant by themselves. And because of that concentration, they are quite effective. They are oil soluble, so that's why we call them oils. They are not soluble in water unless you add some kind of a thing to help get that together. And they are all natural. Our essential oils, I've seen the farms where they're grown. They don't use a bunch of chemicals. And this time of our lives, we are very conscious about what we are putting into our bodies. I've been doing a lot of research about where things come from, and I feel better knowing that they're that these things are grown naturally, and that nothing, no, Roundup or whatever was put on the ground before my plants were planted, and these things I'm putting on my body or the body of my children. So the other way, which leads me to the second way that we use these, topical. And you can put the essential oils right on your skin. In fact, anytime you're going to use a new oil, I highly recommend doing a spot test on your arm or hand. So you can put those oils right on your skin, and we call that neat, to put the essential oil right on your skin. You can also use a carrier oil to help kind of evenly distribute. These oils can be absorbed into the skin very quickly, and if you'd like to put it on a larger surface area, we recommend a carrier oil. And you might have a carrier oil in your kitchen, just something easy like olive oil. We like to do sustainable oils, so we tend to go more towards vegetable oils. Plus, those are more readily absorbed into your skin than, say, a mineral oil, which just kind of protects, forms a barrier. So we'll use olive oil. That was my first carrier oil, but I also love coconut, either the solid or the fractionated coconut that is a liquid. Both are fantastic. I love almond oil. I use that one on my face. So we tend to go towards the more gentle things, but I've made lotions using coconut oil, beeswax, shea butter, cocoa butter. All of these things make for a more even distribution. The oils they're still quite as effective as long as you don't boil them. If you cook the oils, they become less effective. The third way we use our oils is internally. And when I mean internally, I mean we can drink them, or we can put them in a capsule and take them like a pill. Young Living makes a vegetarian capsule, and so you can fill that up with some oils if you want to. Specifically, I like to do that to support my digestive system. Or if I want something that I don't like the taste of, I'll just take it orally, like Digize, the Vitality Oil. I don't like the taste of Digize, but I love how it functions, so I will take that orally. I'll spray that right into my mouth, or do a drop right into my mouth. But when we do our oils, when you drink them, you want to use glass or ceramic or steel container, because our oils are so concentrated and they're so good at breaking things down on a cellular level to get healthy, that if you put it in a cheap plastic cup, it will break down the cup. So I actually saw that with lemon oil. Our lemon oil is very cleansing on a cellular level, and I put it in a plastic cup, one of the kids' little plastic cups, because I was just trying to drink it. I like to drink my lemon at night. And so I was putting that in there, and I did this, and there was like this weird film, and I was like, oh, plastic, I forgot. So, make sure that you have your water in a mug. You could do a ceramic or glass. That's the best way to do your oils internally. So those are the three ways of using your essential oils, and they all come from different schools of thought, but because Young Living uses water to distill, ours are okay for all three. A lot of times you'll find oils that will say do not use internally, and that's usually because they distilled with something that would be too harsh on your internal system. Something I've heard people using is alcohols to distill, and so that essential oil may retain some of that alcohol, and that can kind of burn your esophagus. So you don't want to be drinking that kind. So it's very important to know where your oils come from and what was used to create them. So we know where ours come from. We have a whole process that we call seed to seal, and this is what differentiates Young Living from most other essential oil companies. The seed to seal agreement, there are, 5 different steps to the seed to seal promise. And number 1 is our seeds. We know exactly where they came from, and we know exactly what the ground was where they went in. So we know everything about that. And then step 2 is cultivate. That's where it goes into the ground. We only use Young Living owned farms or carefully monitored partner farms. And so they guarantee that their products are only coming to us. And we make very, very sure what has gone into the ground, and we do extensive testing, third-party testing too, to make sure that what goes into the ground does not have any kind of extra chemicals or anything like that. When we are growing our things, we don't use chemicals to weed. We use people. People do weeding in our farms. I actually did a little bit of weeding while I was at the farm in Utah a couple of years back. And I planted a blue yarrow plant that they were getting. That goes into Dragon Time, which is one of our chicky support oils, we'll just call it that. So I got to plant the blue yarrow oil, and that was really neat. And so I know that like people are out there, lots of people down on their hands and knees planting in the dirt, and the dirt is clean and soft, and whatever they don't use for making the oils, they take that product mulch and use that to mulch around the plants. So it's like we know exactly what is going into the ground there. You can pick up any bottle and there's a lot number, and you can know that lot number, if you were to ask Young Living, you'll know exactly where it was, what plant went into it, where it came from, you know everything about it. And that's the step that we control, so that we know exactly what went into that. We don't have somebody bringing us a bottle of oil saying, here, sell my oil. Anyway, the third step, my favorite step, is distill. Like I mentioned earlier, we distill with water. For the most part, there are just a couple things that we don't. Those are vanilla and jasmine, and that is to make if we distilled with water for vanilla, it would take forever, and it would end up being a super expensive product. So vanilla and jasmine are the only things that we do what they call an absolute. It's kind of like a tincture. So it's but everything else we use water. And so that water, and I've seen the distillery, that's just really neat. They have this giant thing, it's like as big as this room, and they put all the product ground up into this giant distiller, and then they pump up steam up through it, and the steam comes up. They don't drown the stuff in water, they literally just filter the steam through. So they filter the steam through, and it comes out and it picks up the oil components on the way, and then they have cooling pipes, and the cooling pipes bring it down, and they end up with this oily water mix. So they let that set, and then they filter out the water in like this giant beaker. It's really cool. You just turn that stopcock and all the water comes off. And for things like lavender and stuff, they save that water, and they call it the aromatic water or something. And like there's Young Living spas, like I know there's one in Ecuador where you can literally go bathe in the water. They were offering the black spruce water for sale like a year or two ago. So that sounded really neat. I didn't end up getting it, but it sounded really neat. And so you have that aromatic water, and then they save and they isolate the essential oils. So then they test the essential oils to make sure that the proper ratios of components is in there. If the oil, Gary Young has done a whole lot of research on which components do what and how much we want to get the ideal ratios. And that's where like he will only plant certain plants. Like our lavender farm was started with lavender that came from France. And then those lavender farms in France had a huge drought and a bunch died. And they're like, yo, Gary, do you have some lavender that was just like ours? And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll send you some. So he did, and we helped restart the farms out there. It was really great. Anyway, so we test our products. We do that in-house, and we have third-party testing. And if the essential oils do not meet their criteria, then it's out. And they will sell that oil to somebody else for their aromatic use, or actually most often they will just use our any reject oils as protection for the plants on the farms. They will just spray that stuff down on the ground to help. I mean, if it can help keep that plant protected, it will help the new plants from being protected, and it'll help protect new plants too. And the second thing, since we distill our own oils and all that, we seal them so that we guarantee we know what was in that bottle. Do you know the FDA only requires that in a bottle of essential oil that there's only 5% pure essential oil for you to say on the bottle, pure essential oil? because, well, 5% of pure essential oil went into this bottle, and then I filled the rest up with water. So a lot of companies take advantage of that. Young Living doesn't. We have 100% pure essential oil in every bottle. So let's get talking about the bottles. That's enough of an introduction to what essential oils are and where they come from, or at least where ours come from. We have farms all over the world. We have farms on 6 out of 7 continents. The only one not Antarctica. Not much grows there. So this is our premium starter kit, which comes with our most popular, top 10 most popular oils. We do have another starter kit, and that would come with all these little goodies. Let me see if you can see that okay. Yeah, there you go. So you see all that. I have some samples that come in that portion of the starter kit, some bottles to share in case somebody else wants to try something. This is the great thing, and this thing rolls around in the bottom of this starter kit. This is Stress Away. I'm going to start with Stress Away today. This is a blend of essential oils. We have lime and let's see. Lime is what I smell the most. Yes, lime, copaiba, cedarwood, vanilla, oak tea, and a bit of lavender in our Stress Away. And if you're wondering what you should use Stress Away for, it is to take the stress away. I keep Stress Away in my purse all the time, particularly when I'm driving the kids around and they're driving me around crazy, you know what I'm saying? So I have a bottle of Stress Away in my purse all the time. I carry it with me all the time because you just never know when you're going to need something to take the stress away. It works pretty well on the kids also. And so one of the other things that comes in the starter kit is a roller ball. And so you can take this roller ball and put it on the Stress Away bottle. That's actually what I have going in my purse, is a roller ball of it. So you can just roll it on your neck or over your heart. The other thing we have is our Ningxia Red. And so Young Living not only makes oils, they make oil infused supplements and to help you on your health and wellness journey. One of the most important ones that we make is the Ningxia Red. And it is a oil infused juice blend that contains berries from they're wolfberries, or goji berry, you might have heard of that. It's the Ningxia wolfberry, and it's from the Ningxia province in China. Gary Young did some studies, and he found that these berries had the highest incidence of antioxidant power of all the different variations of wolfberry and goji berry that grow all over the world. He liked the ones in China best, so he found a nice organic style farm out there, and that is the product that we use. In this juice, we don't juice the wolfberry, we puree it. So this little packet, it's best to put it in the fridge. It's tastiest cold. But so you want to squeeze it and shake it so that little puree, it's kind of like a sediment because they grind it up real fine. It kind of sets to the bottom. So you got to shake it and then you can drink it. So you have a couple samples in this box to try. It also comes in big glass bottles, which is of course the best cost-effective way. And then it's infused with essential oils. When you infuse a supplement or a product with essential oils, because they are oil soluble and they go into the body faster, they are absorbed faster. So when you drink something with essential oils in it, that actually goes into your body and you retain more of it than when you don't. It hangs out in your stomach longer, gets broken down more, doesn't get used as efficiently. So you get a better efficacy when you infuse your supplements with essential oils. So we have like all kinds of vitamin products and a probiotic product, melatonin for helping sleep, and other things that help you stay healthy. And that would be a whole different class on some of the other products. We have a ton of products that are infused with essential oils. But our most popular things is to actually use the oils. So let's start with that. I was talking about lemon earlier, so I'm going to start with this. Now this top row of our oils, these are all our vitality oils that we give you, our top most popular vitality oils. And those are all labeled for internal use. So you can take your lemon vitality and put a drop of lemon in your water and drink that. Lemon oil is a little different than lemonade. Like lemonade comes from the lemon juice, which is very acidic. And when you use the oil, we use the rind. And so our lemon oil is basic. And so it does not turn your stomach. It actually does kind of the opposite. It helps calm an acidic stomach by drinking the lemon oil. So it really helps support your digestive system. So that is a wonderful one. It's also very cleansing, so it can help cleanse and support bladder and kidneys, and as well as your digestive system. So that's really wonderful. I've also used it, diffusing. I'm diffusing it right now. I've cleaned my house with it. So, but that's another story. Our second single vitality oil is peppermint. I have a girlfriend who calls peppermint oil her Windex because she uses it for everything. I like to put it in my food. I am actually planning on making some peppermint brownies later this week. And I put like 4 or 5 drops into a big batch of brownies. And the kids love it because once you bake it, it kind of loses some of it, but it still tastes really minty. And one of the things I love about our peppermint oil is it doesn't taste like candy cane peppermint. It tastes like peppermint leaves. I put this in a big thing of tea, and I have that fresh mint flavor all year long. And so, or it's also, I like to do that when I have I can feel something coming. I'll drink some peppermint. If I feel like my immune system needs a little fight, or if I've got like a headache, it's really good in my head. So my sister will take a drop of peppermint and just put it on her thumb and then put it on the roof of her mouth. And it helps clear things and open things up. It's fantastic. And a lot of studies have actually been done on peppermint for pain. So check that out. We actually have, we have peppermint, the regular oil, and you can use that for headaches and stuff. I like putting it on the back of my head, but you can put it up here. Peppermint is one of our hotter oils. It is absorbed so quickly, it almost feels like an icy hot sort of thing. And so sometimes you want to use that if you're doing it on a kid or something, you want to use a carrier oil. And some people are a little sensitive if they have sensitive skin to peppermint or thieves. I like to do, I won't do peppermint right around my eyes. I will do it up along my hairline, because if it gets too close to my eyes, it makes my eyes water, and it's like, I love you, man. So I don't want to do that. But, so now we get into Copaiba is our next vitality single oil. And if you haven't ever heard of Copaiba, don't worry. It's one of our newer, more popular oils. But it is actually, it's kind of a light spice scent, and it's kind of a cousin to frankincense. And it comes from a bark of the tree in South America. I have a friend from Brazil, which is where the majority of our Copaiba comes from. And she says, oh yeah, we know Copaiba. We use it for everything. For us, we say the lavender is the Swiss Army knife of oils, but in South America, Copaiba is the Swiss Army knife of oils. Now, I have used this Copaiba Vitality on teething. When Jacob was getting his molars, I would take a drop and rub it. And it's not the most tasty oil. It's not tasty like lemon, but it's so functional, he doesn't mind it. And it's mild enough flavor, he doesn't mind it. I like to spike it into my Ningxia Red. It has some natural anti-inflammatory properties that are wonderful. And when you add it to other things, it amplifies the effects of some of those other things. Like one of the things I love to do is take an Epsom salt bath with Copaiba and Valor. That helps my crappy back. But for the vitality, drink it with your Ningxia, put it in your kid's mouth for any of your teeth. Christopher, it has braces right now, and this is a great one for him for that. It's also amazing on skin. My girlfriend put some on a cut, and within a day, the cut was gone. So I mentioned this oil blend earlier. This is our Digei's Vitality, and this is I guess the best way to describe it would be an earthy blend, because it has fennel and ginger and anise. Let's see what else. Tarragon, juniper, lemongrass, patchouli, lemon, and peppermint. But when you smell it, it smells really earthy. It is not my favorite smell, but my body has learned to love it. When I first got it, I could not put it on my stomach. I had to put it on my feet. I couldn't drink it. I had to put it in a capsule. My body's gotten more used to it now. Because it is so supportive for my digestive system. And that would be why it's called Digei's. And so it is super supportive for your digestive system. The last one of our vitality oils that I'm saving for you is our Thieves Vitality. Now, have you heard the story of the Thieves and what? Thieves is probably our most popular blend. It's so awesome. It kills all kinds of cooties and it keeps people safe from all kinds of cooties. So this time of year, kids are in school, I am diffusing Thieves all the time, or I'm spraying them with Thieves. I just hosed Jacob down before I took him to preschool this morning. So, but our Thieves Vitality, you can put a drop of that in water for a tea. It's composed, there are 5 oils in Thieves, and they are cinnamon, clove, lemon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. The story of the Thieves comes from, I think it was 17th century Europe or 15th century when the plague was running rampant. They captured this gang of thieves who was robbing the bodies of victims of the plague, but they themselves were not catching the plague. So the king offered them a deal, a lesser punishment if he would give them the secret. And so they said they carry these herbs on them. They have them in their pockets. They rub their hands with them. And they carry these herbs. And so they were not catching the plague by using these herbs. So the king distributed these herbs within his castle, and he and the people in his castle lived. He just didn't have the wherewithal to share with the rest of the world. So that recipe went secret for hundreds of years until Gary Young was digging around and found the recipe and created the Thieves Oil blend. And so we have the Thieves Vitality, and you can put that in a capsule if you'd like to boost your immune system. You can drink it as a tea if you'd like to clear some things. My sister loves to put a drop of Thieves in her coffee every day just to help keep her immune system baseline. Most of my essential oils, I mean, we still get exposed to germs and we still get sick. But we don't get sick as badly. Christopher hasn't had to have an ER visit in a long time because he used to go all the time. He would get, especially in the winter time, he would get chronically constipated because he wasn't drinking enough water. He would get a cold and not feel like drinking, and he'd end up in the ER, miserable and in pain and having to have all kinds of interventions. We don't have to do that anymore, and it is such a huge, amazing blessing. So along those same lines, I'm going to talk about some of our other oil blends that come in our essential oil starter kit. This next one I'm going to do, this is called RC. If you think about it as RC standing for respiratory congestion, that's what these support. This is a huge, wonderful support for your respiratory system. This is actually what Eric uses. He will do a sinus rinse every day and put a little packet of saline and make a saline rinse, and then he adds a drop of RC. Now, RC has in it myrtle, marjoram, pine, eucalyptus radiata, eucalyptus citridora, lavender, cypress, black spruce, and peppermint. So peppermint's low down on the list on RC, but it smells really cleansing and chest opening. A lot of people will use this when exercising, when you're running and stuff, to help open up that chest. It's wonderful. RC is one of our more popular blends. Unfortunately, we had a bad myrtle harvest this year, so we are only allowed to buy one of these little bottles a month. And let me tell you, I hoard it. Only if I really love you will I share my RC. So let's do this one next. We're going to do lavender next. That is another one of our really good popular ones. This is a single. We have a lavender farm in France, and we have a lavender farm in Idaho, and we have another lavender farm in Utah, which I got to see that one. And I got to see the field and the purple flowers, and it was just so beautiful. They call our lavender the Swiss Army knife of oils because you can use it for everything. I keep a bottle on my counter in the kitchen just in case anybody hurts themselves and needs it. A lot of people find that it can support against allergies or any kind of skin reaction. It's wonderful for skin. And it's so gentle, you can throw it neat on a baby and it would be just fine. Jacob reached up and grabbed the pizza stone fresh out of the oven last year. And like I said, I keep lavender right here in the kitchen. So as soon as he did that, he started screaming and I saw his hands start to pink up and I was like, ah! So I grabbed my lavender and threw some on him, and it took him a minute to calm down because he was feeling that pain. He felt that pain, and it took a minute. And so I cut the pizza, started to serve it. We ate in front of the TV because that's a special treat to have pizza in front of the TV. By the time we were sitting in front of the TV eating, I looked at his hand because he was eating the pizza, and his hand was fine. So this stuff works fast and it's wonderful. So let's see. Our other single that we have here is frankincense. Have you ever smelled frankincense? I had not smelled it aside from incense at church, and it has that smoky smell at church when you burn it. But the essential oil, it is so nice. It just opens my mind. It's wonderful for meditation. It's also great for skin support. A lot of my friends will put this on their skin, on their hands. It's a wonderful skin support. It has many great uses. I like it for my head. If my head's feeling a little cloudy, it helps open my mind. I mean, it physically opens my mind, and it mentally helps open my mind. I had a church retreat, and I had everybody get some frankincense to help use. Princess. Sorry, guys. That's my dog saying hello to the squirrel outside. So frankincense is a wonderful one, and it's also really expensive because they have to climb through some hoops to get it. We get our frankincense from the Middle East, and we are the only company that can harvest frankincense out there. They have to like scratch the trees and let the trees form a resin, and then they harvest the resin rocks, and then we distill the resin rocks with water. So it's expensive because we have to jump through some hoops to get it. So but it's a good one. So I was telling you about the cleansing power of Thieves. We actually have a whole line of cleansing products with Thieves. Thieves Cleaner, Thieves Soap, Thieves Dish Soap, Thieves Dishwasher Detergent, Thieves Laundry Detergent. It is one of our most popular products. But my other favorite for cleaning is Purification. This blend has citronella and myrtle and lemon, tea tree oil, and so it's very cleansing, and I have 3 sons and a husband. It really gets the stink out. I use Purification in my laundry. I have a spritz bottle with water that I spray over boys' rooms. I'll put a drop on a cotton ball in some my preteens' shoes to get the stink out. Last week, Eric made salmon patties for dinner, and after dinner, we decided we needed to diffuse some Purification to get the stink out of the room. This is so much better than something like Febreze because this is a natural way of getting the smell out of the air, and I wish I could just sit here and tell you the atomic level on which they get the stink out rather than the Febreze style, which covers it. This actually breaks it down and gets rid of it. So this is a wonderful cleansing, and it doesn't leave a citronella scent. It leaves like a fresh, lemony, clean scent all over your house. So Purification, that's a really wonderful blend. And the last of our top 10 most popular ones is Panaway. This one is very popular at my house. Eric and I both have crappy spines, and Christopher's been having some growing pains, and he has actually asked for it by name for his shins because he's growing. He's 12 now and growing. So Panaway, if you think pan, you think like all-encompassing. And originally they wanted to call it Painaway, but there was another company that had already used that name. So they took away the I and called it Panaway. But if you think about Painaway, then you'll remember all the various uses for Panaway. Panaway consists of 4 oils. It has peppermint, wintergreen, clove, and helichrysum. And all of these things are wonderful at helping pain and the causes of pain and supporting all that. Wonderful numbing power, and very supportive. And it kind of, Sam says it smells like root beer. I think it smells more like Bengay because it's got that wintergreeny smell, but it's so much better than Bengay because it has more of a natural herby wintergreeny smell, not like a candy metallic weirdness. So it's all natural, and it's wonderful. And Eric likes to take a bath in it. He'll pair up the Panaway and the Copaiba and put those together. And I've done that. I've done Panaway and Copaiba with like coconut oil for a rub, like over my whole back, like a massage, like a back massage. So anyway, so those are our top 10 most popular essential oils. And I'm sure you guys have some questions about them. So I will check to see if what kinds of questions you guys have about our Young Living essential oils, and where you can get them. Now, if you would like to know where you can get them, I can post a link with this video on where you can get them. There are two different ways to get them. One, you can buy them retail, and that's very easy. The website works really nicely for buying retail, and you don't have any limits or anything like that. The other way is to get them wholesale, kind of like Costco, except that we build our teams kind of like another, mid-level marketings. So it's kind of like Costco in that you can get wholesale price, and that is going to be 24% cheaper than buying retail. And so for that 24% discount, all you have to do is spend 50 PV in a year. Now, the PV is a product value, and usually that's a 1-to-1 ratio with essential oils. This kit here comes with a diffuser like the one over my shoulder, although you could choose a different diffuser if you want. They start at $160 for all of these oils, the starter kit samples, and the diffuser. And so all of that would be $160. And you can, sorry, guess I need some water with lemon, so you can start, this premium starter kit counts as your 1 year's worth of purchase, because you only need to do 50 PV a year to remain a member and buy any other essential oils. Now, I have a book here that can show you, it's my product guide showing you all the different oils and the products. We have 200 different oils and all the various different products that we put them in. So this all would come to you for $160. So if you would like to know how to order that for yourself, I would love to share that with you. There is also a business opportunity that I could talk to you about. We also have a frequent shopper club, a monthly subscription box that will come straight to your door every month. If you're interested, that is $50 a month minimum order. So, but then it just all comes and you can try new things, and they give you freebies and discount on shipping. And I'm a member of the Essential Rewards Club also, and I love that. So I don't mind talking about that all day too, but I don't want to keep you guys any longer. So if you have any questions, please contact me. I'm Kathy Willman. My email is kathy@willman.com. And I'll post my link to my Young Living website here with this video. So hope you guys all have a great day. Thank you. Bye.